Okay. All right. Well, it's right at 7:30. So, first of all, thank you all so much for taking time out of your evening to join us and to help us celebrate Dawn and her decision to partner with this amazing North Carolina hemp wellness company called Green Compass Global. My name is Kelly Cipriani, and I'm in North Carolina. And I have been with the company since almost the very beginning. I'm coming up on my 3-year anniversary, March 2nd, and the company launched on February 6th of 2019. So that shows you just how brand new this baby company is. But we are making big, big strides in the hemp and CBD space. I wanted to just, in her own words, let Dawn tell you what got her excited about this, what got her fired up, and why she decided to jump in. And then I'm going to just tell you a little bit about our story, how we got started, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to kick it over to you now, Dawn, and let you share your story.
Okay, well, I want to thank everybody who's on here. I'm kind of looking around the screen trying to check it out. Thanks for taking time out of your, I'm sure, busy evening. I had done a live a couple weeks back, so I don't know if you saw that or if you didn't, but I had been struggling with chronic inflammation in various parts. I mean, my fingers would just be on fire some days and then it would go away. I'd have it in my feet. I'd walk, get up in the morning and my feet were just killing me, my toes. Obviously I did have a neck surgery last summer. And so I had a lot of neck and shoulder issues, which a lot of that is better and been, rectified by the surgery. But just for a very long time, I had gone through rheumatology testing and trying to sort out and figure out, where is this coming from? What is the root of it? What is the problem? And how can I fix it? So, nothing showed up on any of that kind of stuff. So I tried to treat it, with occasional, anti-inflammatories, changing my diet, looking at how, I was moving, the activities. And after my surgery, I did get a lot of reprieve from what they did in my neck, but I was still having the pain and inflammation, just show up. And I was really frustrated by that. So on top of that, I started having some real difficulty sleeping throughout the night. And that was like a new thing for me. I was not used to that. And clearly it was, hormonal related. And I was having mild hot flashes, and I said, well, there's all kinds of things out there that people are trying. I can, Google this, I can Google that, I can try this product. I don't know about this company or whatever, but I had been watching Sherry, and Sherry and I have known each other for over 8 years. We, are super good friends, but we've worked together alongside of each other in the healthcare arena and as therapists. She's in PT and I'm in occupational therapy. So I had been watching what she was doing and admiring what she was doing. And I thought, you know what, I trust her. So I was pretty desperate when I called Sherry. I was like, Sherry, I know that you are a straight shooter. I know that you're educated. I know the type of caliber you are as a professional. And I just really need your help. So guide me as to what you think that I should try. Knew nothing. When I say I knew nothing about CBD, I mean, I had heard about CBD certainly, and it had value and stuff, but I didn't really know very much. And I'm finding out in a very short time from being involved with, Green Compass, that's the majority of everybody, of all of us. And so anyway, I started taking a tincture, a broad spectrum tincture in August. And I'll be honest, I didn't really, for one reason or the other, Sherry would ask me, she'd follow up at, about the dosing and what have you found that's working well. And she kind of indirectly busted my chops because I realized I was like, if I was to answer that honestly, I'm not taking it as consistently as I should be. And, same thing with, any other product that you're trying to yield results, you almost like look at yourself and laugh in the mirror. It's like, well, duh, I'm not using it consistently. So what I found for me to work when my regimen was to take it, and put it next to my bed because I'm not going to eat or drink anything. And I will remember it every time I get into bed. So that being said, within 2 to 3 weeks, not even, it was kind of a subtle thing. I forgot that I wasn't waking up like that at night. I was literally sleeping through the night, if not if maybe one time you get up to go to the bathroom, but I was literally sleeping through the night, and I just realized, I said, my God, this is so awesome. And the thing I have realized is that sometimes it's pain. Like my mom has had chronic pain. When you get to a point where you're having some neuralacy, it's like the brain quickly, almost like childbirth, quickly forgets, like how bad your pain was 3 weeks ago. Or, I didn't like freak out in the morning when I slept all night, because that's what you're supposed to try and do. And it was normal. So it took a couple of weeks of me realizing that it had such a significant impact. And so I am not having the inflammation in my fingers, my feet, my toes. I am sleeping throughout the night, and I do have more energy, but I'm not sure how much of that is related to the CBD. But as I continue to learn about the endocannabinoid system and how CBD can affect homeostasis in your body, I'm positive it has something to do with that. And then I recently added the collagen. It's just been 2 weeks in. My husband and I are taking that. I for sure can hands down say, for me, it has definitely given me more energy on a daily basis. I'm growing my nails, I'm taking before and after pictures, and we're super excited. So that's how I got started. And then I decided I was going to meet Sherry for lunch in Orlando with the big, huge Dream Big conference for actually Sherry and Krista. I had the opportunity to meet Krista that day. And I was literally just going to meet Sherry for lunch to see her, because I was off work. And I had been seeing her post about different products and kind of following the company, but I never once had an inkling of, hey, I'd like to do that, or hey, that's me. I left that lunch date coming home saying, I want more product. I need to get my hands on, I want to try the jellies. I would like my husband to try the jellies. I want to have access to that pain cream, in case my neck, I do tweak it or I overdo something and, my shoulders are bothering me or my husband's knees are bothering from running. I wanted more product. And so as selfish as it may sound, that's the honest to God truth, is I wanted more product because I was reading what people were saying. And I felt like, from my experience with the company and from what I was learning about the company, to have one place to go to that was reputable, that was constantly, researching things, that was the farm to, family and all of that good stuff, the organic stuff that other people are going to talk about tonight. That's what appealed to me the most. So when Sherry and I sat down and I said, look, I'm really seriously interested in this. And then my husband and I were like, there's absolutely zero risk. And we were floored by just being able to get our own kit. Fast forward to this past, that was a month ago. And now I'm just, I guess the best word to say is I'm blown away by the way that Green Compass does things for people who do want to get involved on a business level, to whatever extent that may be. I am thoroughly enjoying learning more, challenging myself to navigate the computer system or learn more about social media. And as an advocate, why it fits for me is that I can fit it in whatever time I have. I have more time now than I may have. I should be finding out tomorrow whether I'm offered a new full-time position. That's going to change things a lot. But I know that whatever happens, whether that transpires or not, I can fit this in however I see fit and want to do, which is really cool. Working in healthcare as long as I have for that 8 years or so, I'm ready to make a change for the practice setting. And Sherry can attest to this too. And anybody, I guess, that's had illnesses or injuries or seen their parents age, or my God, we're not getting any younger either. I don't want to have to only rely on, prescription medication. And so I'm taking more of an active stance in my own self-care. My husband and I have happily raised two grown, they're 19 and 22. I've always been a caregiver. So I'm happiest when I'm helping people. this allows me to help people. And I really believe, as cliche as it may sound, but I firmly believe in the quality of these products and my ability to educate from what I'm learning or expose people to resources that Green Compass is providing me. And that makes me happy, it makes me fulfilled, and it gives me a new meaning in my life. So I'm super, super happy about that. I cannot wait to keep learning and challenging myself. And I promise as an advocate to listen to people and to really figure out what they're asking for help with, and then to be part of the solution and helping them find what will work for them. So that's the most exciting part.
That is so perfect, Dawn, and thank you for sharing. You said already so many things that I was going to share, because like you got it. You came and you met Sherry, obviously just for a visit, probably not even anticipating taking this direction, right? But
yeah, well,
you know,
her and Krista were pretty fired up. They were both very excited, so it rubbed off.
Well, and I'll tell you the truth. I mean, they had a reason to be, and you have a reason to be excited too, because this company, you guys, I don't know if you have heard about Green Compass before Dawn brought it to your attention, those of you who are here to support her. But I'll tell you, this company has only been in business for 3 years. Like I said, when I first, opened our meeting, and we have already captured 5% of all the CBD sales in the United States. So that is a really, really huge testament. That might not sound like much, but when you think about other companies that, started selling long before the Farm Bill passed, who already had a presence here, our founders and our leaders waited until the Farm Bill passed in late 2018, which separated hemp out of the Schedule I drug class, where it was lumped with marijuana for about 100 years. So when it came out of this prohibition era, people are just really now tapping into all the amazing health benefits that are provided by this plant. And so our leadership, doing everything to the very highest standard, they waited intentionally until that Farm Bill passed. So that's why we launched in early 2019. So for us to, in 3 years' time, have already made that big a footprint in this industry and in the space is really, really huge. And I personally feel like we are just getting started. We launched with 8 products. When I first joined, we had 1 kit. We had some full spectrum products and some with no THC, and Sherry's going to get into the products a little bit more specifically. But we had tinctures for people and pets and 2 different creams. And literally within our first year, we blew any projections out of the water. Absolutely unbelievable. Conservatively, they were thinking $300,000 to maybe $500,000 in our first year in business. And again, mind you, that was from February to a close of business December 31st. Instead of that, we landed at $11.8 million in our first year as a brand new company. A lot of us, we were literally just, sharing like crazy people. We knew that we were part of something really, really magical. And I'll tell you my story. I'm a real estate broker now. I'm a former special education teacher. And the thing that got me excited about this, I did not know how to pronounce endocannabinoid system or cannabidiol or anything like that. I'm not a scientist, but there were 3 things that I heard that made me say yes. And that was the fact that it was a brand new industry and it was a brand new company. And I heard the vision and the mission for the company from the founders themselves, the way they wanted to bring a very clean, pure, high quality product to market that everybody can take, that you can give to your children, or you can give to your grandma, or you take yourself, or, to your crazy fur baby if you have one. So that's really, it was a mama on a mission who really, really wanted to be able to share the benefits that she had experienced with other CBD products. But when she started doing her deep dive into trying to trace back where it came from, she couldn't really discern and discover where the hemp actually was farmed and how it was grown. Did it have pesticides and herbicides, and was the soil tested for purity? So they partnered with a couple of farmers from Columbus County, North Carolina, which is where I'm from, who had actually been part of the hemp pilot program at NC State University here in Raleigh. And Adam and George had already been growing hemp for probably 5 or 6 years at that point. They had one of the first permits to grow hemp. So this incredible story came together where, science meets farming, and we have this very, feels like a small family business, but on a very high level, sophisticated level, because of all of our products being tested for purity. And, to be able to pick up a bottle, like, I have a tincture bottle right here, and I can scan a QR code right there, and it pulls up the lab report for that particular batch of oil. And I can tell you, nobody is doing things on the level that we are, and impacting so many lives. So that first year where we landed just shy of $12 million, we doubled that in 2020, which is when obviously the pandemic hit, the world shut down. We didn't know what was going to happen. We ended up just shy of $25 million in our second year. Again, just from word of mouth advertising, people like me sharing with people like you, and, Dawn inviting her friends and family here. That's literally how we went to that level. And now we're almost a $50 million company at 3 years old. So when I tell you this is a huge space, it's an unregulated industry, like I said. So to find a company that's really setting the bar for what I believe is the gold standard in this space, we're going to be around for a long, long time. And, like I said, we're really just getting to the very, just scratching the surface on all the healing benefits of this plant. We've got CBD, we've got CBG, and now CBDA in our product lineup as a 3-year-old company. So I have got a really short video, it's about 2.5 minutes long, that I'm going to share with y'all that really goes a little bit deeper into, what sets us apart in this industry. So y'all bear with me. I'm going to share my screen. Pardon me. Okay, here we go.
CBD. It's all over the place. So how can you be sure the CBD you're putting into your body is of the highest possible quality? Green Compass is a great place to start, and we've started with USDA Organic Certification. USDA Organic Certification is a very strict standard that certifies everything from the soil we farm in to the ingredients we use in our products. Everything that comes into contact with our finished product must be audited, which means full traceability from seed to bottle. Many CBD manufacturers source their ingredients from outside suppliers, and unless each of those suppliers also has USDA Organic Certification, it's very hard to know what's actually in their product, which means you can't be certain what's going into your body. Along with USDA certification, knowing how a product's CBD is extracted is extremely important. Green Compass uses CO2 extraction, a clean way of pulling CBD from the hemp plant that uses carbon dioxide instead of harmful solvents like hexane or butane. Knowing which parts of the hemp plant are used for extraction is also key. The vast majority of therapeutic compounds are found in the flower of the plant, which is why this is the only part Green Compass uses for extraction. To save time and money, some companies also use the stalk, which is ground up and dumped into their extraction process. Isolating only the most potent parts of the plant is labor-intensive and costly. We know it's worth the time. Some of our products use essential oils, and yes, our essential oils are also USDA certified organic, which is an industry rarity. Organic essential oils are important because those that aren't can contain heavily concentrated pesticides. Many reactions people have to essential oils are actually from the concentrated pesticides and not the plant material itself. Finally, our corporate lab connects all these industry-leading practices with the products you buy today and the innovations you'll see tomorrow. Producing our own products in our own lab allows us to maintain quality throughout every stage of production. It also gives us a proving ground to test new products and processes. This means you get the products you want, quickly, and in the healthiest form possible. Knowing what goes into your body is important, and we take that responsibility very seriously. The Green Compass journey began by producing CBD for those who matter most, our own families. We wouldn't compromise for them, and we won't compromise for you.
Okay, that video very succinctly says a whole lot of what we were kind of just touching on. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Sherry now, and she's just going to talk a little bit more about our different product lines, our offerings, and things like that. And then we will be respectful of your time and wrap up briefly. Okay, thanks.
Okay, so I'm Sherry. I'm a physical therapist assistant. I've been working in therapy for almost 26 years, and I've been with Green Compass, I think 7 months now. I was trying to calculate that. What kind of got me interested in trying the products was, again, same thing, kind of hitting that closer to 50, hormonal changes, hot flashes, waking up at night. And so that's what brought me to Green Compass, and I've thoroughly enjoyed their products. And what I started with was the tinctures. So like Kelly said, when they first started, they only had tinctures and some creams. And what we offer are full spectrum, broad spectrum, and isolate products. So the difference between that is the full spectrum is going to contain everything in the plant, including that 0.3% or less THC. And the advantage of that is that you have what we call the entourage effect. All the parts of the plant kind of work in synchrony, together. And so you get the most benefit. Now, if you're like me and some of us who have jobs where we have to drug test, or we may be drug tested, you want to avoid that THC because it will show up on a drug test. And that's where we have the broad spectrum products. So these have everything in the plant, the terpenes, the flavonoids, the CBD, other cannabinoids, but that they've taken the THC out. And then we also have isolate, which is strictly just the CBD. And then we have a new CBDA isolate, which I've started taking. And I will tell you, I have never slept so soundly. And it really has changed how I feel throughout the day. Like, when I tell you I'm in a gym full of 25 therapists and 50 patients and everyone's like making me crazy, it keeps me chill. So I really do like that. And so in addition to the tinctures, we also offer 2 kinds of nano jellies. So quickly, most of us have already seen, there's a lot of gummies out there. And the difference between the nano jellies and the gummies. So gummies are fat soluble, meaning our body is going to have to break that down, and it has to go through the intestines. And by the time it goes through what we call the first pass, your body can only absorb about 3 to 5% of it. So you basically just take that gummy and throw it in the trash because you're not really getting anything out of it. Our company decided that if we're going to make a gummy or a jelly, that they wanted to make it worth it. They didn't want to just release some junk, right? Because this is the integrity of the company. They do everything right. They're not going to just throw out some crummy product. So what they did was they nano-sized the CBD molecule and surrounded it by water, making it water soluble. Our body can absorb water soluble much better. So that increases the bioavailability by tenfold, which means you're getting more of that into your system. So we have 2 different nano jellies. This is the elderberry, which also has a trio of mushrooms for added immune benefits. And then we have the limoncello, which was the original, but those are our #1 selling products. This is one of my favorites. I've used a whole jar of this, and then I'm on my 2nd and 3rd one now. The reduced cream. Our skin is our largest organ in our entire body, has the most CBD receptors. So topical CBD is really very effective. And I just absolutely love this. And we have a soothe cream too for things like rashes and eczema and bug bites. We recently released our collagen products. And I think Dawn and I have shared that, there's a huge difference between this collagen and anything you're going to find out there on the market. Nothing can compare to this. We have, I think it's 8 types of collagen in here from 3 different sources. CBG, olive leaf extract, which is the highest level antioxidant that we've discovered so far, 15 times higher than green tea. There's calcified seaweed, there's biotin, vitamin E, I mean, you name it. Like, seriously, you can't find something that compares to this. And then, of course, we have stuff for our fur babies. We have pet tinctures, both unflavored and bacon flavored. Of course, everyone loves that, right? But even the unflavored, most dogs, Oliver will
Oh.
like, no problem. Yeah, right?
Yeah. They open the lid and they come running. It's crazy.
Awesome. And then we just released our pet treats. So these have CBD and glucosamine. So it's really good for your dog's joints. And there's even a little thing on the back letting you know, like according to their size, how much you want to give them. So Oliver's little, he only gets half a treat. That's just a quick down and dirty smattering of some of our number one products. We have, Boost products, which are terpene blends with essential oils. We have essential oil roll-ons. We have skincare. I mean, we have bug spray, hand sanitizer, you name it. But, the thing that, like Kelly said, that is just amazing to me is the quality of these products. You can't touch these. These are like everything they do, the lab testing, the CO2 extraction, the USDA certified organic, everything about these products is number one. I had someone message me the other day and they're like, oh, well, where do you get your CBD from? And then she saw my next post, she's like, oh, okay, you sell it. And I said, oh, are you interesting? Do you use CBD? I'm asking her a question. She's like, well, I just bought one, whatever, which one looked good on the shelf. I'm like, So I tried to educate. I just sent her a little video like that. And just, it's important to know how and where this product is coming from. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who came and is supporting Dawn. I'm super excited for her. I mean, this business is an amazing business to be in. And Dawn knows and Kelly knows, I have a full-time job. I have 2 teenagers. I'm a single mom and I'm doing this business. So it works. It works if you work, and it's going to give you what you put into it. So if you just want to do a little bit, then you do a little bit. If you want to take it to the limits and go for it, you can do that too. It works. So I'm super excited for you, Dawn. I know you're going to do amazing. And I look forward to your live event coming up next month.
Yep. Thank you. Oh, it's going to be here too. Boy, my brother and sister-in-law are really helping me out, aren't they? Can I just add something really quick too? I forgot to mention, I've heard it somewhere and I keep telling myself over and over, you don't know what you don't know. And it's crazy how much I didn't know and how much I'm learning and how much there still is left to learn. But I will say that, and I enjoy it because I have an educational background as well, teaching little ones. So education, therapy, and helping, it just fits me. But I'm having a fun time, like really, even if I just plant the seed out there to even help people navigate and understand the difference between marijuana and hemp. I've had people respond back to me, and when I was just asking if they, kind of letting them know what I'm doing, and I can't smoke weed, and I'm like, I can't either, so it's because I think medical marijuana and people associate hemp with weed. They just don't know, and it's all of us are learning, but there's so much to learn. So even if you leave this meeting tonight, just kind of knowing about Green Compass, maybe you're able to, in the near future, help answer or kind of distinguish some of those things for people as well. Because I think sometimes people might, close the door for themselves with just not knowing, or they're too afraid, which is what I found a lot is when people are reaching out to me, because it's been a little overwhelming, a positive, overwhelming response. But a lot of people are reaching out and saying, I don't know how to research, or I don't know where to even start. I'm scared to death of these smoke shops. It's everywhere. So that is what I'm doing. And Green Compass is affording me the resources abundantly to very easily share whatever that person is asking about. So really, I want people to leave the meeting tonight to know those kind of things. It's not about weed. It's not about getting high. There are strict standards with this company. And then our roles as advocates is to be here. Like Sherry was for me. I want to be that person when somebody says, I'm interested or I don't know anything. How can you help me? And the thing about being an advocate, which I think is going to be an awesome thing to continue to do, is that how cool is it that you can then, maybe if you're curious about another product, you still have somebody that's in your court to ask questions to, or to help answer, or to clarify, or to find out if they don't know. I mean, you don't have that with other things that you're buying very often.
Yep.
So that part of it is what warms my heart and what gets me fired up. And if you're on here tonight and you know a whole lot about me, if you've worked with me before, like Sherry has, or other therapists, when I get fired up and I'm passionate about something, I'm going to go the extra mile, you know? So that's how I feel about this. So thank you
that's
guys
perfect.
so much.
And that is a perfect segue into how I wanted to wrap this up, because that is another differentiator about our company. Not only the way we develop the products, you know, we grow the hemp ourselves. Everything we do is in-house. We're a vertically integrated company, which means we have the greatest attention to detail, like every step of the way, from the plant being grown to, you know, they harvest it, they extract the oil with the cleanest extraction process method that there is. We put together our final product and it comes to you directly from our farm. So we have that piece, but, you know, just also the fact that you get us, you know, as your advocate who is advocating for your greater health and well-being. So in this scenario, obviously you get Dawn and her expertise to help guide you through dosing, discovering what product is probably going to be right for you. And you also have the confidence of buying with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So there's literally no risk. And I would challenge you to go to any store, dispensary, whatever. And for the love of all things, please don't buy it at a gas station, because we don't buy sushi in the gas station. We don't want you to buy your CBD there either. But you literally see it on every street corner, like that video summarized. And you really do need to know what you're putting in your body. One thing that I don't think that particular one touched on, but about 80% of the hemp in the world comes from China. And because hemp is a scavenger plant and it does capture everything from its environment, good and bad, it really truly is a buyer beware space. So you have to really do your own research and due diligence to know that you're putting something clean and pure into your body or your children's bodies or your fur baby. So on that note, there are 3 different ways that you can get involved. You can either buy as a retail customer if they pay full price for products, which is perfectly fine. Or if you're like me and you like to save money, we have a really great preferred customer program that basically it's a loyalty program. There's no membership fee. You get some added perks. You can earn free shipping and things like that. But the biggest thing is you save 20% right out the gate. So you save 20% off the retail price. And Dawn has a special link that she can send to you that also will give you $10 off your first order. So that's a really, really great savings. And again, that 30-day money-back guarantee applies on any purchase ever. So you really do have that peace of mind knowing that you've literally got nothing to lose and so much to gain by feeling better. So if you might be one of those people who, like us, you see a brilliant opportunity, a ground floor opportunity truly in a brand new industry with a company that's doing everything the right way and the best way, I'll tell you, you would be smart to hitch your cart to this horse, because we are literally just getting started. We are in all 50 states and in the U.S. Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. And we are looking for people who are just passionate about serving others and helping people to live, you know, their best lives and to feel optimally. Let's face it, you know, none of us are getting younger. And I can tell you in my 50s, I feel so much better. I feel like I not only, I can't say I turn back the hands of time, but I definitely have more life now, more life in my years, if that makes sense, because these products have truly just made such an impact for me. And, you know, there's 2 different ways that you can get involved as an advocate. We have a $300 kit and a $500 kit. They are deeply discounted, 50 to 60% off retail. And it's just a really great way for you to try a bunch of products like Dawn did. She was like, I need more, because when you start to see how much better you feel, sometimes you don't even know how bad you feel before you start to feel better, you know? So we would love to talk to you further about that. If anybody has any questions, though, before we hop off, please do just drop it in the chat or take yourself off mute if you have like a burning question that we can answer for you tonight.
I just want to say thank you, Krista, and you, Sherry, for all your help and for being such good teammates and support system for me. I really appreciate it.
You know, you're never gonna get rid of me, right?
Oh, yeah. That's good. We're attached now at the hip.
Like we weren't before, but
And
now.
I won't come off camera. Can you
Right.
hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Yeah, I won't come off camera because the lighting is horrible. Because like I said, I'm doing this from my car while my son is at soccer. So if you are interested in the business, it's one of the best things you can do. I literally am able to send information and educate people from wherever. I think 4 people today have asked me about it because I posted something in a story. So it's the real deal. And I'm so grateful to be a part of this team and just keep learning more with this great company.
Thanks, Krista.
Thank you for saying that. So with that, guys, I will, I'll go ahead and wrap up here, and I will, Dawn, get the recording to you just as soon as it
Awesome.
uploads. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And thank you all
Have a good
again
night,
so
everybody.
much. All right. I'll be
Bye, guys. Thanks for coming on.
later. Okay. All right. Good night.
Night.